warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera bagi kita semua. Shalom, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, dan salam kebajikan. Someone ever said, when you include people with disabilities, you are not just opening a door, but you are breaking down a wall. Distinguished the members of the jury, the head of LLDIKTI and the PILMAPRES National Committee, thank you very much for this precious opportunity. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Chantaika Marina Harata, the Vokasi Medical Record and Health Information Outstanding Student of STIKes Panakukang Makassar. It is truly an honor and a blessing to stand before you all to share something very close to my heart with them, strengthening disability equality, a call for inclusion, health, and human dignity. Ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you not just to speak, but to awaken hearts and minds to a reality that often goes unseen. A reality where over 1.3 billion people worldwide, nearly 16% of the global population, live with some form of disability. Yet, despite of their numbers, many still face barriers that silence their voices, limit their opportunities, and threaten their health. Equality is not a privilege, it is a right, but when it comes to people with disabilities, equality remains a promise often spoken but rarely fulfilled. Imagine being denied access to education just because you cannot hear. Imagine being rejected from a job because you cannot walk. And imagine living in a world that sees your disability first before your talent, your dreams, or humanity. This is not just unfair, but it is unacceptable. We must strengthen disability equality, not tomorrow, not someday, but right now. Let's start with healthcare. According to the World Health Organization, people with disabilities are 3 times more likely to be denied healthcare, and twice as likely to find healthcare providers' skills inadequate. This is not just a statistic, it is a crisis, and it is a clear signal that health systems are failing the very people who need the most. Inclusive healthcare means accessible clinics, trained staff, affordable services, and respectful treatment for all, not just for some, because no one should ever have to fight for the right to be healthy. Now, let us talk about inclusion. In schools, workplaces, and communities, inclusion must be more than just a slogan. It must be a practice, a commitment, and a policy. Did you know that globally only 53% people with disabilities of working age are employed compared to over 76% without disabilities? This is not due to lack or skill of ambition. This is due to systemic exclusion. And the solution is enforce equal employment policies, create accessible environments, and stop the bias. Employers must stop seeing disabilities as limitation and start seeing diverse abilities as strengths. But more than systems and statistics, this is about people. Real people with real lives and real dreams. Disability is not a tragedy, but discrimination is, and silence is the loudest form of discrimination. That is why I urge every one of us here today to speak up, to act out, and to stand firm of disability equality. So what can we do? First, educate ourselves and others, not just on what disability is, but on how we can become better allies. 2. Advocate for policies that promote accessible education, jobs, and healthcare. 3. Listen to the disabled community because they are experts of their own experiences. 4. Ensure health systems integrate disability inclusive services, especially mental health support, as over 35% of disability experience desperation of isolation and neglect. Let me leave you with this. Equality is not a given, it is offered. Inclusion is not a favor, it is a responsibility, and disability is not weakness, it is diversity. We all have our roles to play, whether as policymakers, teachers, doctors, designers, or simply as human beings, because when we include everyone, we all win. Let's break the barriers, let's challenge the norms. Let's build a world that doesn't just tolerate disability, but celebrates it. Together, let us be the generation that finally says equal means equal for everyone. I think that's all for my part. See you in another circumstance, and thank you very much for your time. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good day everyone.